Welcome back to the channel, people. It's the third stream of the day, and it will be the last. That is for sure. This is the final stream of this transfer window. And yeah, I cannot wait for this window to close. Cannot lie. Yeah, last couple of hours, pretty much after I left the second stream, we had the rumor of Harry Wilson. And I needed a couple of hours, man. I just said, you know what, man? Ain't worth me coming on straight away. Let me just wait till 6 and then we'll discuss it then. But yeah. Yeah, man. This will be the final, like I say, this will be the final one of the day. And then tomorrow we're going to come back with the full transfer window rating and reasoning for everything in that one. That will be a separate video tomorrow. So if you're around, join me then. But yeah. Annabelle say need some serious therapy. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Hope you well despite the circumstances. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Just obviously with the way that the window's been, and with so long to plan it, and when you consider it, and I'm going to bring up, people don't like it, I'm going to bring up Sunderland again. It's just it's been terrible. I mean, it's been awful. I'm going to be honest with you, man. It's been awful. Not all of it's been bad, but the overall look of our window. I mean, Harry Wilson on the final day, to me, screams that we're pushing for promotion. Like, he's not a bad player, and I'm not going to say that he's an awful player, but the thing that's going around is that he can take set pieces. That's what we're getting from it. He can take set pieces. That's great. And I'm sure he will put in a few good deliveries this season if he does indeed sign for Leeds. It's not done and dusted yet. You guys keep me abreast in the chat, and I will also keep looking myself as well. But this from Graham Smith earlier, and it was reported by Alex Crook and other people, but Graham Smith here earlier put Leeds are in talks with Fulham over a move for Harry Wilson, blah, blah, blah. Can play right wing, has played inside, involved in all 3 Fulham Premier League games so far. I don't know why the journals always put stuff like that. They literally did the same kind of thing when we signed Jaden Anthony. He played in all 4 Bournemouth games. It didn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything at all to me. You know, he didn't play all 90 minutes of the game so far. That kind of detail is unimportant. And also stuff like he's played 120 odd games in the Premier League. So is a lot of people. Jack Harrison's probably over 100 games. That doesn't mean anything. You know, those are inconsequential details, man. It's about what is this player going to bring in overall quality. Now, is it safe to say that he starts over Dan James? Sure he does. But by how much? It's just another one for the squad, and for me, it's ending on a really disappointing note. And again, for people that just focus on Leeds United only, please look outside of our own transfer window and look around and see what other clubs are doing in comparison to ours. We're operating on amateur level. We really are. Sai with a super chat. Thank you, Sai. Probably a daft question, KG, but does the loan window shut at 7? Not heard anyone mention it today. Yeah, the transfer window loan is done. The only thing that is open past today is the signing of free agents. That's it. So everything that you can think of in terms of loan deals, permanent deals, is done at 7. Obviously, there are some deals that get done after 7 if they've submitted the paperwork before the 7 o'clock deadline. But the only thing that you can sign after are free transfers. But yeah, it's been a bad day today. Overall, the window in total has been very, very underwhelming. I guess that's the best word to use. I think it's the most overused word at the minute, but it's very, very underwhelming for Leeds United Football Club, champions of the championship, 49ers own, Red Bull backed, to have this kind of window, man. It's shocking. Yeah, Harry Wilson, man, that's what we're holding hanging our hopes on for this last hour, to see if this deal gets done. And Joe Donahue put this out earlier. First of all, a loan offer. Gotta say this, a loan offer for a player that's literally got 1 year on his contract left. They must think that everyone operates like we did with Robin Koch and sending him out on loan with a final year left. Not every football club works like that. So that was never going to happen. And I remember seeing Harry Wilson and two other Fulham players not signing, but giving their extensions at the time. And I can't even remember who the other two players were, but it wasn't that they were, important members of the squad. It was just so they could get some value off it. And obviously that's what Fulham are looking to do now. Mark saying maybe a surprise. I hope so, Mark, but I wouldn't hold your breath, mate. I wouldn't hold your breath. But if it does, I will happily be wrong. And again, Baron Cross as well put this out as well. This is what I meant about has emerged as the attacking reinforcement Leeds United want. He reported for Wales duty this morning. Dead ball quality the team needs and has 123 Premier League appearances to his name. Whoop-de-doo. honestly, yeah, the board should be ashamed of itself. Yeah, don't have any experience in the boardroom. Yeah, it was a 1-year extension option. There was two other players that they also took up the options for as well. Ryan saying, KG, we got away with it in January last season, but we won't this year. You can't be arrogant in the Premier League as a newly promoted team. I don't think it's arrogance, Ryan. I honestly don't. I seriously don't think it's arrogance. You know what I'd be happy with, because we already know that the drafts are coming up now with Parag and what he's going to say and what the club are going to put out in the statement. I would just love them to be honest and say the lights were brighter than expected. I'd love them to say, you know what, man, we thought we had a plan. We thought we was going to go all in, and it was more difficult than we envisioned. I can rate them more for saying that rather than make like tepid excuses for missing out on players. There was even one where they said that we weren't in for Buendia. Let me try and find it. Did I put it up here? I don't think I did. That's a shame. I didn't put it up here, but there was a report earlier saying that we weren't in for Buendia, and that's purely because it got turned down. We've already seen this a few times in this window as well. Just take your L's with grace. Don't lie about it. We always say we're going to hear new stories from the other side. It's never going to be from the 49ers unless they feed Barron or Graham when they feel like it. You're going to hear it from the other side of the media. If you didn't get the deal, just say so. You know what I mean? Don't come out and say we weren't in for him. You know what I mean? It's quite obvious that we were in for Buendia. It just makes sense as well. Everything adds up to it making sense with that. Andy here saying easy to nail transfers in the Championship. Premier is another level, and the lights were too bright. Yeah, absolutely. But there's got to be changes. Honestly, and this is not me calling for people's jobs. These guys are well paid anyway, and I'm sure they'll find other posts. But we can't have the same recruitment team from January onwards. And I don't even know what we're going to possibly do in January, if anything. But this can't happen again. This is literally been amateur hour at Leeds United Football Club in the Premier League. It's unacceptable. Really is unacceptable for me. And that's why I want a day to fully, take everything in, and then we come back tomorrow with the rating and go through the transfer window on a whole. I really do. Yeah, El Canus, yeah, that's done to Stuttgart. I mentioned that earlier today. What was wrong with Harmer? It was a no-brainer. Again, yeah, not another no-brainer. But I think at the moment, according to Danny Hall, he's staying at Sheffield United, not even going to PSV. So who knows what it was? Maybe it is PSR restrictions. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. The only thing is this time it's going to have to be Parag that comes out, because we don't have an Angus Kinnear anymore that will go on, the Square Ball podcast and, do his spin there. So someone's going to come out. I'm pretty sure they won't let Farke do the whole talking, because this is what I don't want from Farke as well. I don't want him to backtrack on anything that he said, like Jesse Marsh has done previously, even Bielsa to a point. I want him to come out and say it's disappointing not to get what we want. Say it was difficult. Do whatever you have to do, Farke, but don't say, you know what, I'm happy with what we've got and we go forward. Obviously, he's not going to say, man, these guys are scrubs. We're going to do our best. But I want him to stay on the path that he has done over the last couple of weeks. And that's been very honest with everybody. He's been very clear from even the friendlies, the preseason friendlies, about, I need this. We need this. I don't want him to let up on that. Ryan, do you think we go down? Oh, yeah, it's another video, Ryan. We do that. What I'm going to do, what the plan is we're going to do the transfer roundup tomorrow and talk about the rating in that one, and then I might give it a day, or I might go the next day and we'll do the 1 to 20 of the Premier League rankings. Okay, we'll do that in totality, because a lot of you wanted me to do 1 to 20. I didn't think anyone really cared, but a few of you did message me saying, hey man, where's the other positions? So we'll do that in another video for sure. Andy saying image, I think me imagine, yeah, imagine they announce 3 new players, we all wake up sweating. Oh, okay, yeah, we're dreaming. Got it. What's he saying? Ozzy here saying offer for Wilson rejected according to Standard Sport. Okay, yeah, just in addition to what Joe Donahue said, I thought it might be a little bit closer, simply because Fulham have agreed to deal with Kevin, and it's quite ironic, isn't it? We was talking about Kevin earlier this window, and it looks like we're hoping that Fulham can sign. I think they want another two wingers as well, in order to facilitate Wilson leaving, and we're hoping to get Harry Wilson. And the thing is with Harry Wilson, man, he sounds like the years go by, people, they do, because I still think of Harry Wilson like he's like 23, 24. He's 28 now, man. The guy's like a seasoned vet. You know, it's not even like he's in the peak of his career. He's not on the end of it. You know, 28 isn't old, but I thought he was just like 24, 25. But it just shows you how time doesn't wait for no one. But Harry Wilson, yeah. God. I mean, I think everybody remembers him from his Derby County stint when him and Bogle and everyone else was giving us the whole binoculars thing back in the semi-final. You know, these are his numbers over the last couple of years in the Premier League. I was looking to see what happened to him, because I was watching some Fulham games in the second half of last season, and he wasn't there, but he was out with a broken foot. So, you know, they're probably hoping he's still got something wrong with him. But yeah, no, he's obviously fit now, but he was out for a few months with a broken foot towards the end of last season. But yeah. Can we get Hilson's wheat map? I haven't got the heat map, I'm afraid. Haven't got him, man. Gary saying here, don't think a spade will be put in the ground for the new ground. We'll be going back down. Okay, yeah, we'll discuss that in another one. Yeah, Leeds and a broken foot. You say, yeah, he's fine now, but he was missing for a few months towards the end of the season with a broken foot. Let's see what else is there. Did I click off Joe Donahue? Damn it! Let me get up Joe Donahue's tweet again, because he had the other names that Fulham are hoping to sign in order for them to facilitate a Wilson move. Okay, here we go. So they're looking to do a double or triple deal for Tyreek George, which you mentioned earlier today, Chukwueze, and Kevin, which is obviously the one that's being done now. And I think Adama Traore is getting his move to Forest. So obviously Nuno and the chief honcho there have been talking and said, look, man, I want to stay, but give me Traore. So that may be happening as well. But yeah, it looks like we're waiting on Fulham to do their business before we can go for Harry Wilson, man. Harry Wilson on the final day of the window. Oh, man. According to Fab, Chukwueze and Kevin, so he's adding Chukwueze to it as well. Let me see. We're here live and direct, people, so we got time. We got an hour, and I'm gonna be done, I think, before 7, because I think it's pretty obvious if we do get Wilson done, that will be it for the evening. Okay, yeah, you're absolutely right. So here we are. So there's the 2. Unless they're really looking for 3, that's the 2, isn't it? They've got Kevin done. They got Chukwueze done. That would seem that it's freed up for Harry Wilson to come. I can't believe I'm saying these words. Harry Wilson. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. If we can keep this team together, we should do well in the championship next year. Well, they won't all stay together if we get relegated, but we know that, and it would be foolish to think that we could keep them all, because we've already seen who our standouts are, and when a couple of them come back from injury, it's going to be very difficult to see them in the championship next season. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. Yeah, Annabelle. Yes, some more well Steele. Yes, yeah. He might actually play this one, but then again, he didn't really play Connor Roberts much, did he? We thought Connor Roberts, who was our real natural right back, should have been playing there. Didn't really play him, did much, did he? Um, Underwood has to go. That's not reactionary to say amateur. Yeah, he has to. You can't keep your job after a summer like this. That's unacceptable. Someone's got to take the fall. It's not going to be Farke, and he shouldn't because he was backed after. We'll talk about it tomorrow. It's got to be Underwood. What are we going to do? Give him another window to see what he can or can't do? Melié's still here. Melié's still here. Why is he still here? How have they not worked out a move for Meslier to go back to France? It's a layup. Oh man, if I told you at the beginning of the we'd be going for Harry Wilson on deadline days, you probably block me. I wouldn't believe what you'd be selling me, Ryan. I wouldn't believe it. But there's been a few things that we've done this window where I thought, nah, surely not, man. We came up as champions, man. We're Leeds United with the 49ers backing and Red Bull. Come on, man. We're gonna be doing something better than this, surely. But yeah. Uh oh, Chris, hello to you. I'm looking forward to watching Oroka Day when I take my lad to watch Wolves. Chris, you must be not liking this image then, huh? I was going to bring it up because this is what I'm talking about. You've got Wolves who have lost 3 of 3, or is it 4-4? It's 3 of 3, isn't it? And they're going to keep Strand Larson because I don't see him selling him in the next 45 minutes. And they've added Oroka there to it. That's firepower. That could potentially turn a draw into a win. Don't leave, Andy. No, no, no. If I got to suffer, stay with me. Stay with me now. Stay with me now. But yeah, Oroka there to Wolves, which is, man, we'd have loved that, wouldn't we? And it's like 20 something million euros as well. Really good deal. Really good deal. There's been a few good deals today that I've seen and gone. They would absolutely improve our first 11 straight away. But yeah. Tim here. This is what I mean. Perception cagey. We've been a yo-yo team since Bielsa days and mud sticks. We haven't yo-yoed. We've been relegated and come back after 2 years. But Tim, on that point, then, seeing as you want to make this kind of point, what are Sunderland then, who have been in League One for how many years? Get promoted last year. What are they then, Tim? Give me an answer for that. Honestly, these kind of comments, we can't expect to do this kind of business. You know what? Seeing as you've brought that up, I want to bring this up. And it's by Dougie Critchley. And he's usually like, he gives hyperbole for everything in terms of just making everything seem grander. But I absolutely agree with everything he says in this statement when it comes to Sunderland. And I think he is a Sunderland fan. It's crazy what the Granit Xhaka signing has done for Sunderland. It was a statement of intent, such a sign to other prospective players that this club meant business. A month later, we've added Alderete, Mukile, Broby, Katruda from Champions League clubs. Broby a significant upgrade on Mark Gui, which we know that. Capable player at right back. So incredibly impressed with our recruitment this summer. From a distant fourth in the Championship, scrapping into the Premier League, they've given us every chance of staying up. He said no lies in this one. Not one. If we had this kind of window, this is what I'm talking about when you got people like Tim talking about, oh, look at where Leeds are. And this is not to mock Tim, but there's a load of people like that. Look what Sunderland, we've had problems keeping players away from Champions League clubs. Sunderland literally today took a player away from a Champions League club. Marseille, the same club that took Paisha away from us. They literally got a deal from Leipzig out of Marseille's hand to Sunderland because of the intent they've shown this summer. Let me see Tim's response. Get your cage, it's frustrating. Sunderland just at this time seem to have got their stuff right. Good God. Yeah. I'm not, yeah, I am frustrated. I am frustrated. But again, you can only control what you can control. But what I don't like is when there's comments like that that are just not true, when Sunderland are literally the living proof that you can get stuff done if your team is ambitious enough and if you've got a project that players worth believing in. So please stop with the nonsense that, oh, we've only just come up, so we can't expect a lot. Have you seen the money this club generates through the fans? And you want to tell me that we can't get stuff done? Please. Honestly, man. JN here saying, meanwhile, Leeds with Harrison at Harrison. Yeah. Oh, come on, man. Ugh. Honestly, man. Yeah, it does. I mean, there's been a few things, Jazz, that has felt Tim Pot this summer. A few things, but again, it's another conversation, isn't it? Um, yeah, there's a few things, man. It's purely bad management from the board. Yeah, some people saying that the Harry Wilson deal's off. Can you guys tell me where that is? Because there's a lot. I've got a lot of reports here in terms of a lot of the credible sources up. So just let me know, point me in the right direction, and I can get to it. Uh, why are we always so underwhelming, KG? Well, there's a few reasons, and obviously the recruitment team haven't done their job properly this summer, but also the fans as well. I say this all the time, but the fans are too accepting of mediocrity, and that's been a while at this football club. Whenever you try, I'll speak for myself. Whenever I try and raise the standards at this football club because of what it can achieve and with everything, all the resources it's got, you get told, "Nah, you're being too ambitious. Now we can't do that. We've only done this and that." Meanwhile, you see teams like Brighton, Bournemouth, Brentford, Sunderland this summer, like just breeze past us. So how comes it's always they can do it, but this club is just incapable, or we shouldn't be aiming for better than what we've got, or just accept the scraps that we get? Why is that? And it's all, and I always get it. I always look like I'm the one that's trying too hard to make this club ambitious because that's what I want. I want this club to be successful, but it just seems that the fan base has just gone into that malaise of accepting Leeds United of just being this, a big club by name, but just not by stature anymore. And I'm just not there yet. I'm just not there yet at this point. But yeah. Um, Michael saying here, KG, did you really see this panning out any different? Maybe we should just appreciate going to bed early. Yeah, like I say, I'll be logging off before 7. I'll be tuning into Raw. Why not? Just tune into Raw, and then we'll come back to this tomorrow and speak about it in detail. What are your honest thoughts on Wilson? He's decent, but does he outright take anybody's place in the team? Maybe Dan James, but that's not really saying much at this point. We should have always tried to recruit to move Dan James down, but is Harry Wilson that answer? Fulham have literally signed 2 other wingers to probably facilitate a move for Harry Wilson to leave. They obviously didn't see him as the answer, and Fulham are not exactly fighting for Europe, are they? Yeah. Uh, this club has too much damn potential to lower our expectations. Yeah. Um, Tom here, nothing like lowering that bar again when it needed raising the most. Yeah. Yeah, I did see that one as well. Bertrand Traore from 2.5 from Ajax, but you know what? Yeah, it's all mad. It's all mad. Oh God. I am free saying Harry Wilson did a job for me on Football Manager a few years ago, and yeah, that's it, isn't it? He was like a hot prospect for a bit, and he's just become like a Premier League, just one of those wingers that will be in the Premier League until they're like maybe 33, and then they eventually knock themselves down to the Championship again. I think that's what he'll probably be. He'll probably score the odd worldie. He loves to do that. He'll score a worldie once in a while, but yeah, it's not the Stardust for me that we needed. I just said that, Ryan. We echo each other. Yeah. Yeah. Tomiyasu to Leeds. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, man. Timmy here. We can't sack Farker if we're poor, can we? Conversation for tomorrow. But it would be very harsh, I'd say, right now, because they haven't backed him with the tools properly. Whether they're the right tools or not, and whether he makes the wrong decisions as well with certain personnel, i.e., Ramazani, overall, he hasn't been given the full tool set. So it's very difficult to look at him and go, this is all your fault. But there is something that they could have changed in the summer that could have made recruitment a bit easier, but they decided against it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see, man. Uh, Yeah, Rusty is saying approximately 100 million spent, but yet again, in my opinion, Farke having another season in the Prem without having the tools. Yeah, and again, I always have to add this on because people just make it out like that was the only reason Farke didn't do well at Norwich. He also didn't do well because of his tactical setup, and it wasn't a secret. All the pundits, all the people that were watching Norwich games would tell you he was naive at that time. Think he's changed that. Obviously, the Arsenal game, that was a lesson, but he adjusted it for Newcastle. So I give him credit for that. He's got to learn from that, but he will not have the full tools like he would have probably liked to have a real proper fight against relegation. If he does survive, he's earned every single penny that he's going to make this year. Every single penny. If Leeds United survive this season, it will be because, well, obviously 3 teams will be worse, but he would have done a really good job this season. Absolutely. So he's going to have to really earn that money. Deshaun, no saying we're cooked. Russ just agreeing there. Yeah. Max saying here, was surprised we didn't bring back Calvin for cheap pups. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me, would it? Wouldn't surprise me. And also, I mean, a lot of people as well talking about Sunderland overspending or overpaying for players. Guys, what did we just do for James Justin? 1 year left on his deal after a very indifferent year at Leicester, and we paid 10. It's a 10 million deal. So we overpaid for James Justin. Sunderland aren't the only ones that have given more money for certain players. We've done it just recently with James Justin. Farke statue if he stay up with this squad. He honestly, however he does it this season, if we stay up and Farke is still here at the end of the season, it's all the credit in the world. Honestly, there'll be very little, if any, criticism from myself because he will have done an amazing job. And hopefully it will help build his reputation back up at the top level. At championship level, his reputation is pristine. It's lovely. If he was let go by Leeds United in the summer, one of those teams that got relegated would have been in for him for sure. But he's got a lot of work to do at this level. And if he can do it with this squad, he will earn a lot of credit with his reputation. That is for sure. That is for sure, for definite. Deshaun, it will be a miracle. Yeah. Yeah. General G, though, saying, sick of hearing James Justin is overpriced. 10 million is nothing these days. We made 150 million last summer, so I have plenty to spend, but just aren't. Yeah, and that's a point as well. Graham did answer somebody, but I can't see the question. I don't know if they deleted it or not. But Graham did put this out in terms of what you're saying there, General G. I expect we'll hear from the club this week on the PSR position and how tight it was, but you can still sell next June, remember. And he's right. And that's probably, people have been talking about Sunderland. How are they spending so much money? It's because they're probably looking at it at this summer and then thinking, you know what, next summer, what we'll do is we'll sell this, and then bring in this and that. That's probably what they're doing, but we haven't done that. We haven't done it. Yeah, Ryan here just saying 30 minutes left, man. I'm so disappointed. Yeah. Yeah, disappointed, underwhelmed is definitely the right words to use. I'll be, you know what, because I've filtered them out so much and because they don't listen to me, I'd love to hear from somebody who has those Leeds rose tinted glasses and just say how this window has been a success. I would love to hear it. I don't want to hear it, but I'd be interested to see that point of view. I really would. I would love to hear it when you consider what other teams around us have done. Annabelle just said, "Now I'm disgusted." Fair enough. I'm there as well. Crand, is it Crandall? I'm going to go with Crandall. I always get this right. I don't know if it's Crandall or Crandall, but yeah, going to have to sell a lot when we're back in the championship. John saying here, Bamford left top transfer window. That's like a footnote, man. That should have been the icing on the cake, but when you replace Bamford with Mecha and DCL, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't agree with this though, General G. Farke must have been lied to about income instead of largely go. Highly disagree with that. It was plain to see. Farke said himself in the press conference as well, by the way, that if I didn't play much in the championship, I wasn't going to play much in the Premier League. So now he goes out on loan and gets football at Valencia. So I don't believe that, but he would have probably thought that he would have been replaced adequately by now. But yeah, obviously there's some kind of miscommunication there, you know. Bamford leaving is a +2 points for my rating, but the rest is pretty dark. Yeah, yeah. Ian saying, asking here, are the journalists going to write the ask questions with Parag? No. What's going to happen is what's going to happen with this is he's going to have a controlled setting interview, whether it be with the Leeds United official channel or selected by Beren Cross or the Daily Mail. That's it. That's who it is. That's who it is. Let me see if I can get this guy's name. Is it? Yeah. In a controlled environment. Let me get this guy's name, because it was this guy who said it. What's his name? Adam Patel with 2 A's. It was him that said it. And this is what I mean. When they leaked something earlier this summer about Farke possibly being sacked, it was through one of the mouthpieces that they'd used previously. I can't remember the guy's name, but you know, Daily Mail is one of those people that they, or one of those prints that they do use. And this is where it came from. Reports elsewhere that Leeds have had a loan offer turned down by Villa for Buendia. Leeds are insisting that a bid has not been made at all for the Argentine. Like, what? But yeah, going back to Parag, he'll have an interview in a controlled environment where everything would have been pre-planned before, and he will say all the things that will get the general fan to go, I can see why it was difficult. No. If, for me as well, what I always said is that if you're not recruiting just for Daniel Farke, recruit for the football club. In fact, that should be the first protocol all the time. Recruit for the football club, so no matter who comes in, the coach, whoever it is, can work with those players. And if you feel like there's some players that have got no business being in the Premier League, i.e. some of the players that we think are not going to be useful, then try and get some money for them, move them on, even if Farke doesn't like it. But then obviously replace them with better players. And that just hasn't happened. People saying deal off. Can someone please show me where it's off? Give me the name of the reporter that's saying it's off, and I will get it up. Yeah, Wolf. Yeah, this will be brought up tomorrow. But yeah, you're right. Parag said the other day that the biggest transfer happened in the last week. In all fairness, though, I don't think he really said it was for us, but there have been big transfers around, but just not for us. You know, one of those. No cap here saying the window's been awful, KG. Poor at getting in the right quality players, but also at selling the ones that needed to go. Absolutely. The window for me is always about who comes in, but also who leaves, because if they don't leave, it means they're going to be an option for your football club. And there's some players here that should just not be options for this football club. But because they're not, they're still here. That does hamper the rating for me. It's not always just about incomings. Incomings is one portion of it. Who have you been able to move out and get some decent money for, even if it looks unlikely? You know, you see Chelsea. I mean, they're operating on a completely different level, by the way, Chelsea. Go to Fab right now. Oh, no. Yeah, I've just seen the name. Yeah, okay. It, okay. Oh, it's not there. It's not there. You guys are trolling me. That's fine. I can live with that troll. I can live with that troll. I've forgotten what I was gonna say. I've forgotten what I was gonna say. But only do one joke. Only do one joke, because you know I've just looked for, and I've lost my train of thought. Lost my train of thought. So we're gonna have to move on from that. Stephen saying here, the sporting directors should be made to do press conferences like they do abroad. No good asking Farke. Yeah, they won't do that here, though. They don't operate like that. There's very few sporting directors that come out and talk. I don't think Parag will do that either. So, yeah. No. I saw it in the chat, Deshaun, but yeah, there's nothing on Fabrizio's page right now that I can see anyway. So we'll leave that one, but it wouldn't surprise you, would it? It wouldn't surprise you. Yeah, there's nothing there, thankfully. There's nothing there. So yeah, Shane here saying, KG, we're relegated with the squad. I hear it. Aaron here saying mid-April we went up. Absolute negligence of the highest order. All business should have been wrapped up by now. Yeah, absolutely. Or even most business, but then maybe just one or two tweaks. Today is the day where we should have seen players like Bonal or Mecha come in. This is the day that those kind of players should be brought in. The key players should have been earlier. The players like Bernal, and I'd even go Longstaff as well, because no one was itching for Longstaff. We were literally bidding against ourselves for Sean Longstaff. That could have waited until today as well. But we got in people that were just easier to get in it. We did the easy players to get in, the low quality to get in, and we left the key players too late, and now we're without them. So yeah, I'm sure we'll speak about that more tomorrow as well. Uh, Snoop Huggy White, why is it we as fans can see what's needed, but the people in charge simply never deliver? They don't need to, man, because we'll always sell out. We'll always buy that new £100 Adidas top. There'll always be people waiting for tickets to go to Ellen Road. Why keep doing it if customers still come back? Listen, if it was the era when I was going regularly, and I always say this, it was the dark era of Milanic, Warnock, McDermott, and all those guys, and who's the big guy? Steve Evans. When there was plenty of blue seats to be seen around the place, by the way, then you could understand it, people. You could understand it if we were still having Enterprise Insurances as our sponsor and Macron as our kit maker. There's no excuses now. There's no excuses. The ground's always packed. Shirts are always going off sale. Retro shirts, new things being sold. There's no excuse, man. KG, I hear Bamford's on a free. Tremendous. Yeah, and I mean, look, and this goes without saying, regardless of the window, the team will always get back, but you just wish that you were back in a team that could not even excite you, but make you believe that when you do grind out a result, that it's always going to more than likely go your way. At this point, with the way that we create chances and the way that we've played over the last 4 games, defensively, love it. Apart from Arsenal, that's the outlier. But going forward, it's been horrible. All the games have been horrible going forward. So they're going to back them as always, but you've got to also tell the truth as well with the state of recruitment. Man said I'm going to print off Gruev's heat map and frame it. Oh man, let's have a look here. Oh, what was this? Russell here saying, I thought Parag stated before the championship season had finished that they were working on transfers behind the scenes. That is correct. Glad they're not building my house. Yeah, pure delay charges on that one. Blunderwood needs to go for his catalogue of failures. Absolutely. Because I'm fully in agreement with this kind of thing as well, because it can't always fall on the manager if you don't give him the right things. You've decided to back this manager in particular, by the way, so give him the tools to perform. If you don't give him the tools to perform, then it has to be the person that provided the tools. So get rid of them. Come on, not doing your job properly, get rid of him. We'll see if he's a man of his word, because up until this transfer window, the 49ers have done some really good stuff. And I even include things where Farke has kind of flushed toilet money down the toilet, like a Jaden Anthony loan, which was just unnecessary. Jed Spence terminating that 1 million loan. Connor Roberts coming in and barely used. You know, they have given him tools to use, and he hasn't always used them. But this is a different kettle of fish. We're not operating with the same kind of strength that we was in the championship, where we was the best team. We're now one of the teams that is, you know, threatened with relegation. You've got to go above and beyond for him to perform. And yeah, it's one of those for me where I can't put this all on Daniel Farke. If you really didn't think he could do the job, should have followed up with your leaks rumors in the summer, shouldn't you? Snoop Huggy White, with this lack of recruitment, have a massive knock-on effect with the ground expansion? I don't think so. Honestly, Snoop Huggy White, I think it will continue. I think much like Everton, even if Everton had got relegated, they would have still had this new ground, wouldn't they? And I think even with us possibly getting relegated this season, I don't think it will change, because they know that the fan base will be there. You know, this isn't, you know, however, even if we do get relegated, people, this is nowhere near the dark days of GFH and Ken Bates. It's not even close. You know, this is like a paradise compared to those days. So they know that the fans will still be there. Maybe there won't be 25,000. Maybe it could go down to 20,000 on the waiting list, but there will still be an appetite for Ellen Road to be expanded. So I don't think it will affect it one bit. I really don't. Max H saying here, well, I'm not feeling the vision. That's both Leeds United vision and Seth Rollins' vision. That's tremendous. Oh man. Let's have a look here. Katrina said, let me just go back up. It's only gone up one. If we get relegated, it'll be on the 49ers, not Farke. Yeah. I agree with that, by the way. I do agree with that. Because, like I say, if you wanted to make a change or didn't think he could do the job, should have replaced him in the summer. It's then on you to then back him up properly, because they've got investors to answer to. This is why the sabotaging Farke thing that some people are running with doesn't make any sense, because they have investors to answer to, and the investors would have loved all the inflation from the Leeds United being a Premier League club, or the inflation of their investment being in the Premier League. They're not going to want to see that go back down to the Championship again. Absolutely not. But I do think that they've underestimated how tough it was going to be with everything that they've got in place, inexperienced recruitment, a manager that doesn't have a good reputation at the top level. I think they underestimated how tough it was going to be. Matt C here saying, by the time we get to January, it could be too late, and we're paying desperation tax if we bring anyone in. Whole thing makes 0 sense. Yeah. Is it what? I get it. I get it. I understand it. Let me see. Is there any update on Harry Wilson? Let's get excited, guys. Oops. That was another one we were kind of looking at, and it for a player that did have some injury issues, but he's gone to Ren. Embolo, he was one that we was looking at as like I can understand it if you're looking for a cheap striker that has got the potential to do well. He was one, but yeah, we weren't looking at him. Leeds and I weren't looking at him. We was looking at it as a community. That's what I mean to say. And I think I saw Solomon is probably going to Crystal Palace. I think I saw that he's either staying at Spurs or going to Crystal Palace. Yeah, I heard about that as well, but again, not seen anything official about Harmer. Michael, would you transfer in Mourinho right now? Would Mourinho transfer himself in? I mean, he did say that he would come to a team at the bottom of the Premier League, or that will be fighting relegation, as he doesn't want to deal with UEFA anymore. Yeah, Leader in talks to sign Harry Styles. Tremendous. Let me see. Because we have not got long left, people. We're at 6:43. The window is shut in 17 minutes. So let's have a look. I'm going to look around while we're live. Get your thoughts in the chat as well, and like the video as well. Graham. Now, nothing, is there? Absolutely nothing. Let me put this back up just for Chris. Oh, man. Yeah, nothing at the minute, people. No, nothing. Tim back again. Will Farke last the season? As you said, if he keeps us up, it would be up there. It'd be a magnificent achievement. Like Tim, it would probably be his greatest managerial achievement in his so far. I don't think anything could top it. 100 points with us, 90 plus points a couple times with Norwich. That's light work at that level. To keep what we've got as a squad now up would be an amazing achievement. Will he last the season? Again, this will be on 49ers, won't it? If they don't like the direction it's going, they're well within their rights to replace him. But then you have to say, why didn't you give him the tools when you decided to back him? It's all going to fall on them. It all comes from the top, all of it. When they do well, as 49ers have done the past couple of years with recruitment, both years in the championship, give them praise. You absolutely give them praise. That's what I do. There's no agenda. And I've actually been called in the 49ers apologists at times, which is unbelievable to me. I wish I was getting some money from the 49ers, one of them. But when it comes to stepping up, everything steps up. Your recruitment, your players, your manager, goalkeeper, whatever it may be, everything has to level up when you get promoted, and they haven't done that. It's decreased. It's decreased from what we were doing before. Aaron here saying we can't score from open play. Yeah, we haven't done it. We haven't done it. Mick here saying here, Mr. Trick with Solomon would have been first choice over all our other wingers for me. Yeah. Oh, Miguel Delaney. Let me go to Miguel Delaney then. Let me go there. All right. Thank you. Let's go here then. Miguel. Oh, here he is. Oh, okay. Right. Thank you for that in the chat. Oh, man. The Leeds United deal, as you can read here, I'll read it out though. Thank you, Tom. The Leeds United deal for Harry Wilson is now in real difficulty. Currently looks like he's staying at Fulham. Bar a drastic change. Another that's gone back and forth all day. Wait, Deshaun, what did I say? What did I say? Wait, what did I say? I don't know what I said there, Deshaun. You have to remind me. Yeah, this has not been a good day, has it? Even for Harry Wilson, someone to take our free kicks, Wow. Well, it's not done. It's not done. Again, this is Tim Pot. It absolutely is. Any other club, Timmy, if this was Ipswich doing this kind of recruitment, we'd be saying they're not even serious about staying up. But, it is what it is. Yeah, don't need him anyway. What was that Nidar said? Let me try and go back up a little. Yeah, again, Nidar, this is something that it's got context to it. It is our team any better than last season's? In some way, yes. In terms of the defense and midfield, absolutely. But going forward, absolutely not. Like it's regressed. It's gone backwards. We've gone from in the league that was suited to that team, going from Peru, Joseph Bamford, to being in the Premier League and going Peru, Mecha, DCL. That's going backwards. And if you want to take away Solomon and Ramazani out of that as well, who were big game changers for us at various points last season, we've now gone with James, Nonto, and who's the other one? Oh, sorry, Harrison. Yes, it's gone backwards in terms of the going forward, but defense wise, goalkeeper wise, that's an upgrade. Midfield is as strengthened, but that's not just going to get the job done, is it? We need to score goals. Oh yes, Mark. Thank you, Mark. Forgot Okafor, of course, he's here as well. Yeah, Okafor, who is a super unknown because of the last couple of years he's had, both with injuries and form. This is not the Okafor that we're getting straight off the Salzburg, form that he was in. This is a Okafor that's been passed around a little bit, been out of form, being injured, and we're hoping, even though he's still injured at the minute with his groin, that he will come good and can be a difference maker. There's a lot. What I will say with this recruitment in general, there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of if they're fit. There's a lot of we've got to keep them fit, working really hard. I'm sure we've had to double the masseuses at the club at this point. But yeah, there's a lot of just uncertainty, whereas other teams have bought players that can make a difference and are making the difference so far and don't have to worry about a checkered injury history. Now, everyone can get injured, people. There's someone, Joe Roden, who's durable as hell, could go down tomorrow with an ACL. Can happen to anyone. But when you're buying proven injury prone players, you're kind of dancing on the line here. You're asking for trouble, aren't you? You really are. Colin here, yeah, need a right winger better than Dan. Absolutely, we do. And this again, it's nothing against Dan James. I do think he can be effective at this level, but he was one that I did say should be moved down to the bench when we do our recruitment. Timmy saying, yeah, 16 million on attack. If I'd known that in pre-season, I'd never have guessed it, Timmy. Never. And again, it's not always about what you spend. You can get some really good deals for 8 million, 9 million. It's not always about the fee, but it is the kind of play that you've bought in. And yeah, it's crazy, man. Dave saying here, that's why we got Harrison back, because he's a championship player with the rest of the squad. That's why Everton got rid. And you see what Everton have done, by the way. I held on to so much hope, and you guys will know that I was holding on to hope that Everton would take him back on loan with just covering his wages. That was never happening. Look what they've done. They got Grealish in, they got Dewsbury Hall in there, and they got a couple of others as well. I think they signed someone today as well in central midfield. Man, crazy. Yeah, Howson is actually going to be in our 25-man squad. Imagine that. Let me see if there's any update on Harmer, because I do have the Sheffield reporter that pretty much is up to date with everything Gus Harmer on the page as well. No Jack Robinson to Birmingham City. No, nothing on Harmer. Got 10 minutes, people. Palmjit here, and this is nothing against you, Palmjit, but you're not the only one that would say this kind of stuff. And I kind of mentioned this, I think, in video 1, or was it video 2 of today? Don't know. But I said that we'll probably get in a Buendia, and people will just be so grateful that we've got Buendia in because it's the last day. Whereas if you get a Buendia in 3 weeks ago, especially around the Pai Shao stuff, it would be like, wait a minute, we've gone from Pai Shao to Buendia. That's a bit of a drop off. Whereas now, because we are so desperate for quality in that area, Buendia looks like Messi at this point. And that's what I do believe they were hoping for in leaving these kind of deals to the last kind of couple of days. I truly believe that. Truly believe that they left it so late. So the fans in general, the ones that will just be relieved, will be like, thank God we got Buendia through the door. That's a great signing for the last day of the window. And look at that. It hasn't even worked. Villa said no. Even though Villa have added 2 other players today, in addition to what they've already got in Morgan Rogers and everyone else they've got, they said no. Yeah. Thank you, Palmjit. I tried to be. Michael here saying here, the enthusiasm and urgency with Wilson and Harmer should have been done last week. Someone needs to be sacked or put in front of the cameras. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even a Wilson Harmer 2 combo. I mean, it's not the greatest end to the window, but again, like so many say, it would be something a little bit different to what we've got now, wouldn't it? And none of that seems to be possible. We got 8 minutes. We got 8 minutes, people. Oh no, Colin. No. We have Halloween. Yes, we're going to enjoy Halloween. We got Christmas. We're going to enjoy Christmas. Let's enjoy some stuff before we even think about a January transfer window. I'm telling you, people, I don't want to talk about after tomorrow's video. I don't want to speak about transfers anymore. Obviously, they will come up as we do match reactions and everything else to say, but this is what we kept instead. It's going to happen. We know that. But I'm just talking the day in, day out grind of having to check the internet every 5 minutes. I don't want to speak about it no more. I don't want to speak about it. Yeah, Melier still here at the club, eating up a wage for being a 4th choice goalkeeper. Outstanding job. Matt C saying here, going to enjoy lots of low scoring ball draws, hopefully. Yeah, that's the thing for me, people. And I did say this at the start of the season with the way that we were constructing the squad. If we are going to be boring this season, as long as we're getting some positive results and having a fighting chance of staying up, I can accept it. With the way that they've recruited this summer, I can see we're not going to try and play with any kind of flair or anything like that. I'm cool with it. I really am cool with being hard to beat. The problem is when you start to get these kind of games where all of a sudden, because we can't score goals, they turn into 1-0 losses, 2-0 losses after we try and push for a goal. That's what can happen when you build the squad the way that we've done it. And that's my kind of worry at this point with the way the squad is right now. KP on a free incoming. I'm sure Man City would facilitate that. I really do. I think they'd be happy just to get him off the books. But I say there's no point, but look at the players we've signed. Oh man, Michael saying the bleak autumn and winter, we're going to get served up a lot of games like the Everton fixture and Newcastle, Michael. You know, because it was a good point, you can accept it. That's the thing, isn't it? But it was a crap game. It really was. It was a boring game. I'm going to miss a few games. Well, I can't because I do this for, a living kind of thing. So I've got to watch no matter what. Like I say, if I didn't have to listen to press conferences, I wouldn't do it. You think I'm really going to tune in for a press conference? But I do it because it gives you guys the information and I can come on here and talk about it as well. James here saying we're now relying on Nonto, James, DCL, Mecha, Okafor, Peru, and Harrison having a season they've never had before and being prolific. DCL was prolific, but it was 4 or 5 years ago. And some people would say in that case, you should have just kept Bamford, but I understand. No other word apart from neglect, hopefully at best rather than hopeful. Oh, hopeful at best rather than guaranteed. Yeah, I feel you, James. Yeah, frustration. It makes you spell things all funny. I got you. I got you. Yeah. Oh, pray for pens. I mean, God, I'm hoping for the #1 draft pick, Ash. So you know what kind of season that I think the Penguins are going to have. Don't get me started. If we can get oh God, what was that? Is Parag asleep? If we can get Gavin McKenna, Ash, it will be worth it. But in football, that's the thing with American sports. You get rewarded for finishing bottom. In football, you get relegated. You know, one of those. It's completely different. Yeah, that's a fair point. People saying let's pray for penalties, and after the Sheffield Wednesday game, do we really want that? Matt saying here, KG, you're going to be hosting a few therapies after the match sessions. Methinks. Yeah, man. We'll go through it together, man. As always, that's what we've been doing for the last few years. We go through it together, win, lose, or draw. I'm always here, unless I'm like out sick, like I was last February, March. It was. Vias here saying House and Byram and Cairns in our 25 Premier League side, 2010s Championship mid-table mediocrity. Anyone? There we are. Ups and downs. Nick saying check Danny Hall. Okay, I'm going there. Let's go. Okay, thank you for that. Nick, thank you for that, Nick. Hearing some chatter from Leeds United end of late move for Gustavo Harmer. Not sure whether it materialized into an official bid. What, they were still doing interest at 10-7. Well, we'd like to make an inquiry. You'd like to think shutters would be well and truly down at this 11th hour stage, though. Honestly, what the what? No, there's kids that watch me. I know, because when you guys meet me, some of you have little kids that say you watch with me. So no, I'm not going to do it. What are they doing? This deal should have been done at the beginning of the window. When's the next video? Tomorrow, Timmy, and that's when we break down the transfer window in full and give it the rating in full there and give you reasons why. That will be tomorrow for sure. And I'll do it in the afternoon because I know a lot of you work 9 to 5. I know that from my analytics. So I'll wait until, like 4-ish, 5-ish to do the video. Honestly, it's amateur hour. Underwhelmed is the one word, but amateur hour is the other phrase that comes to mind when it comes to this window. Honestly, shambolic doesn't even describe it. He's been there since Sheffield United lost that player final. He's been there. That's when you need to vulture in and say, Aronson, don't care what you got to prove. Sling your hook. Go back to Germany. Try and go to the MLS if you have to. We'll facilitate a loan with obligation. See you later. Then you go get Harmer and another people, not just him, and another for genuine competition in that creative area. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, man. Yeah, they will say they try for Harmer. We called them at 6:59, but it went to voicemail. So we couldn't get it done. You gotta laugh, people. You gotta laugh. Control the controllables, as I always try and say. I have no words. I know. I'm trying hard to find them too. Matt said, KG, we said it earlier. Harmer is 45 minutes down the road. He's literally there. I'm where he is. You know what I mean? I've seen him in Zara before, in Meadow Hall. You know what I mean? Oh my Lord. Oh my days. God almighty. And the thing is with Danny Hall, what I will say for people that don't know who Danny Hall is, he was the one that literally told us everything last summer when it came to Jayden Bogle and the Gustavo Harmer stuff. So he's very on the money when it comes to Sheffield United stuff. Yeah, I get it. A lot of you speechless. I absolutely get it. See, this is where I'll always push back and I'll always be fair. I never want the Ken Bates era back. Honestly, that era was so dire. I thought the football club was going to die. Honestly, it could have died. We were just sinking in mediocrity back then. But at least with this ownership, we might be a yo-yo club, and maybe that will be some preference for some people, because I know A lot of these fans for Leeds United love Championship football for whatever reason. Um, Sam saying, "This is awesome. This is awesome." Yeah, GFH was worse. Yeah. Just God. Yes, guys, it is now 7 o'clock. So if the Harmer deal is done, it would have had to have been submitted before the 7 o'clock deadline, and you can register it after 7 p.m. But yeah, I don't think so, man. And I want to get out of here. I've not honestly, this has been such a disappointing end to the window. Such a disappointing end, and it's been a disappointing end overall, but you can always save it, and we haven't saved it, people. We haven't saved it one bit. Let me see if anyone else has got any Harmer scoops on here. Maybe Graham's got something. No, nothing, nothing. Baron, mouthpiece, has he got anything? No, just still the Harry Wilson stuff. What were they doing? Honestly, man. It rapidly went downhill after we failed to get Paixão. Yeah, that's when it all seemed to fall apart, didn't it? From there onwards, it just seemed that they were like, "Oh, we didn't get him. Now we're all going to mourn for 2 weeks, and then we're going to try and do something else." Yeah, it's been bad. It's been bad. Um, man, Julio just got here. Did we get anyone? Julio, no. In a word, no. There's late rumblings about Harmer, but no one else is saying anything in regards to this. I'll check some other pages before we get out of here. Because what I don't want is to say that it is done, and then I've got to come back on. I'm not coming back on today. I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not coming on for a fourth time. Absolutely not. No. Um, is there anything from anyone that can give us an indication that it may be done? No, just not. We're talking about Harmer. Is the Harry Wilson done? Is Harry Wilson is that one finished? Someone talk. Not you in the chat. I mean these reporters. Someone say something. Is Harry Wilson off the table? It's past 7. Come on. God. Right. Let's go. I mean, Fabrizio don't really deal with these kind of level of transfers, but well, when he does sometimes. But yeah. Strasbourg getting Chelsea giving Ben Chilwell to Strasbourg for 2 years. Amazing how Chelsea do that, eh? Oh man, not seeing anything, man. You know what? I'll stay on for another 5-ish. And if you guys can direct me, yeah, YEP saying that the club gets 2 hours to complete a deal after being submitted, so might get something. Yeah, so if they've made the bid, that's what I meant to say. Sorry, I'm talking so long. If we made the bid before 7 and they can complete the deal, you do have a couple of hours. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see, I guess. I would just love someone just to say if a bid is actually being submitted or not. Because if anyone should get the news, it would be our journals, because the 49ers will know they've got a PR nightmare on their hands, and they'll want to work that right now. So they want to get that information somehow. Listen, they got the information out to Zinni Boswell quick enough when he said that DCL and Leeds United weren't each other's first choices, but it's a marriage of convenience. They got the note out to him pretty quick. Get a note out quickly. Yeah, we'll see. It is underwhelming. Of course it is, Stephen. Absolutely. Yeah, nothing on Harry Wilson. Anyone seen anything? Absolutely not, Max. Absolutely not. No, I'm definitely not. Let me see. I'm just going to check other pages while I'm here. We are now at 7:05. So let's see. Good God. Sorry if I've gone quiet, people. I'm just looking around. Not great for on-air stuff. My bad. Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, I've never seen director of football only allowed to speak to one player at a time. It's been like I say, it's been amateur hour with the way that we've been dealing with, and this isn't nothing new. This is not reactionary from me. I've said it in previous videos where we just seem to be tunnel focused on one player at a time. You cannot operate like that in a transfer window. You can't. You just can't do it, man. Yeah, we're all speechless. Don't worry. Yeah, is that true? Tyler Roberts has gone to Mansfield Town. Lord have mercy. Can we have Viduka back? Man, I'll take him now. I'll take him. He'd hold the ball up. Oh, Lord. Um, nah, there's nothing going on, people. Everything has gone quiet. Either reporters are getting information. That's horrendous. We couldn't even get Tyler Roberts over the line. Ah, let's try it. I just know once I end this, there's going to be something. Oh, there's going to be something that someone will announce. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. Right. See, go to Fulham. Yeah, they ain't got Fulham. Not even Fulham's account's got anything, man. Look at me scrambling around. Look at me scrambling around for news on Harry Wilson. Oh, Harry Wilson on deadline day. My Lord, what has life come to? No, still nothing. Not even Miguel Delaney with an update. See if Danny's refreshed anything. I think we're pretty much done, people. Nothing. Nothing. Man said log off. It's over, KG. Barney here, the super chat. Thank you, Barney. Honestly, KG, this is worse than Autumn Rads. They'll just sell when we're down and collect the funds from the TV rev this year. Did they spend any of their money? We will hope. We will not hope. We will hear from them, Barney, in a very well orchestrated, well thought out PR piece. We will hear from them, and we'll speak about it when they do release a statement or when Parag decides to speak, whenever that will be. But yeah, is it worse than Orts Rads? I mean, they did give us a summer of just Junior Firpo and Dan James, Barney. That was pretty bad when you consider what we needed to do altogether with that window. It's been pretty bad, but yeah. Mark here saying, but thank you for the super chat, mate. Farke won't be happy. Yeah, Sheza saying it's over, KG. Yeah, disappointing. We can predict what they're going to say. Yeah, we know what they're going to say. I know, Matt. I know. I feel dirty that it's come to this. I'm going to go take a shower after the fact that I'm refreshing after the window's closed to see if we've signed Harry Wilson in the Premier League, not for a promotion push in the Championship, for the Premier League. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Oh, man. People already saying goodbye to the Premier League. You know, look, we're going to fight. That's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to grind. That should be our theme for this season, grinding by the Clips. Anytime we get a point or a win, grinding should be played. What we're saying, Lyle Thomas. I'll have a look at Lyle Thomas, but those Sky Sports people usually just repeat stuff that other people already put out. Let me see. Lyle Thomas. I think I might have spelled that wrong. Lyle Thomas. Sky Sports Lyle. Okay, I'm on the page now. Let me see. Oh, deal sheets. Wolves going in for a Brownhill. Okay, right. Okay, right. So fair enough. Okay, so this is the deal sheet Lyle Thomas is saying. Let me see if I can. Let me get the tweet first so we can all see it. These are the remaining outstanding deals on deadline day. Deal sheets need to be in for all these to go through. 2 extra hours till 9 p.m. to complete. If so, watch Sky Sports. Okay. So let's see where we fit in. Jackson, no, we don't fit in there. Gundogan, we don't fit in there. Wilson to Leeds. And that's it. Well, that's it then, isn't it? So they've obviously put in the bid for Wilson, and it will probably get completed by 9. So I guess we'll say that we have signed Harry Wilson. Shall we just say on this one, maybe? Yeah. But we can talk about it in full tomorrow as well. Yeah, the Sunderland windows, they showed us how it was done. They showed us how it was done this summer. Absolutely. So yeah, that's from Lyle Thomas in regards to deals that could be done. And Brownhill would be free. Yeah, that doesn't apply to us. He looks like he's going to Wolves. Oh man. Excellent window, didn't overspend. I'm going to spend every penny possible. Yeah. Still just going to hang on for a couple more minutes just to make sure. Still nothing new from Danny Hall. Nothing new from him. Look at this refresh. Absolutely, big Brodus, man. There's no one with their right mind that will say that Leeds had a better window than Sunderland. Surely you guys don't believe, anyone doesn't believe that, right? Come on. Surely not. Even with the most, you can have Leeds United tattooed on you, man. Surely you can't believe that. There'll be some though that will believe it for sure. For sure. Yeah. Not seeing anything else, people. So I guess we're gonna leave it there for today and come back tomorrow. And if Harry Wilson signs, we'll talk about it then. Yeah, a bigger bro than Vince Russo. Tremendous. Anything from Baron? No. Yeah, there's nothing at this point in time, people. I think we're done. Listen, I'll go with the poll though. Let me end with the poll because I didn't do the poll with the last one, but I'll just put this one out just for jokes. What would you prefer? A 10-minute cage match with the Grizzly Bear, 46%, an enema, 28%, the transfer window to stay open, 25%. 25% if you really like pain. That's what I get from that. But listen, I would prefer the Grizzly Bear. And if you ever see me have a fight with a Grizzly Bear, help the bear. You know, one of those. But yeah, if you know, you know. But yeah, people, I think that is it. I think we can get out of here, right? I think we can get out of there. Oh man. Yeah, we'll get out of here, people. If there's anything else, if I'm feeling really sadistic, I'll come back later. Okay, I'll come back later, but we'll probably be back tomorrow where we can put this all in a bow and speak about it in full from what went wrong from the very beginning of this window. So yeah, people, and what went right. There's been a couple of things that have gone right. So, but we'll talk about it all tomorrow. But yeah, people, that is it. See you in the next one, people. Please like the video, hype the video if you can, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.